Hey everyone, let's talk about merchandising. This is how to choose which products you show in your ads. Let's jump into it. The simple answer is products which have the highest demand, supply, and margin. But what does that mean? Demand is what our customers want. And what do our customers want? They want our best sellers. These are the products which have proven to be exactly what your customers want. And these are the things that they're actually buying with the highest rate of conversion. Seasonality affects what our customers want. It describes the changing preference in products at different times of the year. So if you're in a apparel brand, for example, you might find that jackets are more in demand in the winter and crop tops are more in demand in the summer. And lifetime value is also a component of demand. Which products do we have that are actually conducive of return customer orders further down the line? You might have products that are very good at finding new customers, but not good at driving return customer orders from those new customers. And then you might have some products that are less good at finding new customers. They're not quite as good at bringing in a new customer, but they produce a customer that continues to shop with us for months and months, or maybe years to come. For example, I used to work with a cheese brand and they had lots of different types of cheeses. One of the cheeses in particular was very good at finding new customers. People, when they saw this cheese, they were like, I need to have this cheese. I'm going to buy that cheese. But unfortunately, it didn't produce the best customer experience and it didn't produce the best lifetime value. However, when we switched to a different cheese, one that was also good at finding new customers, but not quite as good, it produced customers with better lifetime gross profit because they really enjoyed that product and they came back to buy it again, right? It's much more in line with their expectations. So lifetime value is a huge component in demand. And new product releases. There's some risk with taking inventory of new products and taking that product to market in ads. You have to pay for inventory before you can sell that inventory most of the time. And you have to pay for ads, marketing, before you can actually sell the product. You have to take it to market, tell your customers about it before they can buy it. So there's a lot that goes up front, a lot of investment before you actually make the sale, before cash flows. New product releases represent risk and reward in paid advertising distributions. Some advice, if possible, test your product with on-demand inventory to your active customer base over email and an SMS before buying inventory and investing in ads. If you're a clothing brand, for example, you could de-risk by trading a little bit of margin. All right, so we want to pick products that are in high demand. What about supply? How much product do you have and when do we want to sell it? That's our supply. Right? We want to make sure that our days of inventory exceeds our lead time. The number of days we have left of inventory at the current sell-through rate should be larger than the amount of time it takes to get more product in, our lead time. If we sell through inventory with ads faster than we can replenish it, we're trading unit profitability for a higher sales velocity. Units could be sold more slowly over email, SMS, or just slowly without the additional advertising cost, right? We also risk limiting lifetime value without inventory. Our customers aren't able to come back and buy more of our product. So it's well worth considering how much inventory we have and whether we're going to sell through it faster than necessary with ads. Something to consider here as well. It might actually be more valuable to us to sell through our inventory less profitably on acquisition, to expand our active customer base and increase our exposure to lifetime value through a wider pool of new customers. Even though we might be making less profit on those units, we're growing our customer base and we're exposing ourselves to more lifetime value through return customer orders over email, SMS, or just organically because they like our product. On a longer payback period, that could be a good strategy. All right, so that's supply, how much product we have and when we want to sell it. Moving on to margin. Our gross profit, the amount of money we make when we sell a product, has to be more than our cost of acquisition in order to be profitable on acquisition. You might be thinking, of course, Jack, how could you spend more than you make if you want to be profitable? However, if your growth at all costs and your gross profit is less than your contribution profit, the dollars left over from new customers, then your contribution profit from returning customers needs to be larger than our negative new customer contribution plus our OPEX, our operating expenses, to be in the green. This is really important. We need to see more profit dollars from our return customers, or we need other cash reserves that cover acquiring at a loss. If our gross profit from the sale of an item is less than our CAC, right? We're making less money than we're spending to acquire that customer, then we're taking a loss every single time we acquire a new customer, and that is creating an obligation. So our return customer profit has to be higher than that, plus rent, salaries, software subscriptions, and other operational expenses if we want to be profitable. Trading profitability on acquisition isn't necessarily a bad thing. Ideally, we want to be in a position where we can afford to spend the most on marketing to acquire all of the customers, because ads are an auction and they go to the highest bidder. So if we can spend more, even without being profitable on the first order, and can still win over time, then we're in an ideal position. For example, if we have a $100 product with 80% gross margins, so $80 of gross profit, and $20 in unit costs, COGS, shipping, handling, taxes. If our cost of acquisition is $40, we're left with $40 of contribution profit on that first order. And if we have a $400 lifetime value from customers who buy that product, and we maintain 80% margins on those return customer orders, then we're making $280 in lifetime gross profit. This is a great product to advertise. It not only covers our cost of acquisition, but it also creates strong profitability over the customer's lifetime. Let's go over some example scenarios. This will be fun. High demand, supply, and margins. Your customers want this product, you have a lot of it, and make a lot when you sell it. This is a great product. Let's definitely use this in our ads. We don't even have to debate it. Everyone wants it. We have plenty and it's profitable. Use this in your ads, no question. And I would say actually, if you have products like this, you probably don't want to consider any of the other products that fall into one of these other categories, right? It depends on their incrementality. We'll get around to that later. But it may be worth considering only focusing on these products and the rest of your products that fall under these different scenarios secondarily, right? Through different marketing channels. Okay, second scenario, high demand, low supply. Your customers want this product, but you don't have much of it. Now we have to decide, do we want to use it to acquire a new customer with less unit profit because we're spending on marketing, or reserve it for a return customer and incur less marketing cost and achieve better unit profitability? For many brands, the ideal scenario is using this to acquire new customers and increase exposure to lifetime value. But if supply is too low, you may be bottlenecking potential future sales. So factor in your lead time. How fast can you restock? Third scenario, high demand and low margin. Your customers want this product. You don't make a lot when you sell it, right? This is not the best product for ads because it's hard to be profitable on acquisition. You could still use it in lower cost marketing, think promotional offers like bundles, but it's risky for paid ad distribution. And the fourth scenario, high supply, low demand, and low margin. You have a lot of this product, but no one wants it and you don't make much from selling it. Do not promote this product through paid ad distribution. Instead, liquidate it through more affordable channels like email, SMS, or through bundles. If demand is low and your margin is slim, your cost of acquisition, your CAC, will likely be too high to justify it. Just because you have a lot of this product doesn't mean it's a good candidate for advertising, for marketing, for taking to market. I understand the pressure and the desire to turn that inventory back into cash, but paid advertising is a very high-risk way of doing that. You risk burning marketing budget that could have been spent more efficiently acquiring new customers who may purchase your slower moving inventory efficiently as well. What if you don't know demand, supply, and margin? Maybe it's a new product. Maybe your suppliers ship directly to your customers and you don't own your inventory. You could always perform demand planning before investing in ads. One easy way to do that is to test the product with your existing customer base via email or SMS or chatbots or push notifications to validate demand before spending on inventory or ads. That said, keep in mind your existing customers might not be representative of your total market. So eventually you have to test in the market at large to understand demand. But as a first step, testing new or derivative products with existing customers can give you an early insight into whether this product is worth taking inventory of. If you've already bought inventory and done demand planning, you could consider launching ads with a lower budget first as well, before going all in with a very large marketing budget. Awesome. So that was merchandising, how to choose which products to use in your paid advertising. Thank you so much.